deep in a whispering wood, where flowers glowed like tiny stars, lay the Enchanted Garden Rest. It wasn't for children, but for grown-ups needing peaceful dreams. Tonight, a weary traveler named Lily snuggled into a soft moss bed, nestled beneath a giant, luminous rose. The air hummed with gentle magic. Flora the Fairy, with wings like stained glass, sprinkled Lily with shimmering dust. "Sleep now," she whispered, her voice like tinkling bells. "The garden will keep you safe." From beneath a patch of clover, Thistle the Hedgehog peeked out with his bright, beady eyes. He was the garden's silent guardian, making sure all was well. Glow the Firefly blinked his gentle light near Lily's pillow, a tiny beacon in the soft twilight of the garden. As Lily's eyelids grew heavy, the garden began its nightly lullaby. The leaves rustled like hushed secrets. The petals of the giant rose unfurled a little more, bathing the moss bed in a warm, golden light. Flora floated among the sleeping flowers, her touch bringing forth sweet fragrances that drifted on the breeze. Thistle carefully patrolled the edges of Lily's sleeping space, his quills sensing any disturbance. Glow danced in the air, his light painting fleeting patterns on the velvety petals. Lily dreamt of floating on a cloud made of flower petals, carried by a gentle wind. In her dream, she saw Flora tending to luminous blossoms, their light chasing away any shadows. Thistle appeared in her dream, a friendly companion, leading her through a maze of fragrant herbs. Glow twinkled beside her in the dream, guiding her towards a hidden spring of sparkling water. The water in the dream spring tasted of honeysuckle and sunshine, filling Lily with peace. Back in the waking world, the moonbeams filtered through the leaves, dappling Lily's face with silver. Flora gently brushed a stray strand of hair from Lily's forehead, her touch as light as a butterfly's wing. Thistle curled up near the moss bed, his soft snores a comforting sound. Glow rested on a nearby leaf, his light a steady reassurance. Lily's breathing deepened, and a soft smile played on her lips. The garden's magic was working its wonders. She dreamt of a starlit sky filled with enormous gentle flowers that hummed peaceful melodies. Flora, in her dream, soared through this floral galaxy, collecting stardust in tiny vials. Thistle, now with magnificent glowing quills in her dream, protected the sleeping flower stars from any darkness. Glow, a constellation of tiny lights in the dream sky, blinked in a rhythmic soothing pattern. The gentle melodies of the flower stars filled Lily's dream with profound tranquility. As the first hint of dawn touched the horizon, the garden began to stir softly. Flora gathered dewdrops on rose petals, their sparkle like tiny diamonds. Thistle stretched and yawned, ready for another day of guarding the peaceful garden. Glow's light dimmed slightly as the natural light began to filter through the trees. Lily stirred in her sleep, a feeling of deep rest washing over her. She dreamt of waking up in a garden, bathed in the softest sunlight, surrounded by friendly faces. Flora offered her a dewdrop to drink in the dream, its taste like pure joy. Thistle nudged her hand gently with his nose in the dream, a silent welcome to the new day. Glow hovered nearby, his light now warm like the morning sun in her dream. The feeling of waking up in the dream was so pleasant, Lily wished it would last forever. Slowly, her eyes fluttered open in the real garden. The air was fresh and sweet. Flora hovered nearby, a gentle smile on her tiny face. Thistle sat patiently at the edge of her moss bed, his eyes bright and welcoming. Glow blinked a cheerful greeting from a nearby flower. Lily felt a sense of calm she hadn't experienced in a long time. The Enchanted Garden Rest had worked its magic. She stretched and smiled, feeling refreshed and renewed. Flora sprinkled her with one last shower of shimmering dust, a blessing for her journey ahead. Thistle gave a little sniffle, as if wishing her well. Glow winked his light one last time before flitting off to greet the rising sun. Lily rose from the moss bed, feeling lighter and happier than she had in days. She thanked the gentle garden and its kind guardians for the peaceful night. As she walked away, the flowers seemed to nod their farewells. The leaves rustled a soft goodbye in the gentle morning breeze. The scent of roses and honeysuckle lingered in the air, a sweet memory of her restful night. Deep in the whispering wood, the Enchanted Garden Rest waited for other weary travelers, ready to weave its magic of peaceful dreams once more. Flora, Thistle, and Glow watched over the garden, their hearts filled with the quiet joy of providing safe and calm sleep, for in this enchanted place, even the wariest of grown-ups could find the sweet solace of a child's dream. And as the sun climbed higher, the garden glowed, a beacon of tranquility in the heart of the bustling world. The magic of the Enchanted Garden Rest continued, one peaceful dream at a time, knowing that somewhere, under the watchful eyes of a tiny fairy, a prickly hedgehog, and a gentle firefly, grown-ups could rediscover the simple joy of a calm and safe sleep, and in their dreams, they could wander through a world as gentle and enchanting as the garden itself. A world where worries faded like morning mist and peace bloomed like the luminous roses. A world where Flora, Thistle, and Glow were always there, guardians of the sweetest dreams. And so, the Enchanted Garden Rest remained a secret haven, a place where grown-ups could sleep like children once again. The air felt thick with pollen and promise. The giant rose shifted in the gentle breeze, its velvety petals brushing softly against the moss bed. Lily stirred, her face relaxed and serene. The garden's nightly ritual was in full swing, a symphony of quiet magic. Flora flitted from flower to flower, her delicate wings creating a soft whirring sound. She touched each bloom with a gentle hand, coaxing forth its sweetest fragrance. The air filled with a heady mix of rose, honeysuckle, and lavender, a calming balm for the weary soul. Thistle continued his rounds, his tiny nose twitching as he sniffed the air. He was vigilant, ensuring that no unwelcome creatures disturbed the peace of the garden. Glow added his light to the tapestry of the night, his gentle blinking a comforting rhythm. He seemed to communicate with the other fireflies, creating a dazzling display of light and shadow. In her dream, Lily wandered through a field of wild flowers, their colors more vibrant than she had ever seen. Butterflies with iridescent wings danced around her, their touch as light as a feather. She felt a sense of freedom she had long forgotten, a lightness of spirit that lifted her above the cares of the world. Flora appeared in her dream, her face radiant with kindness. She offered Lily a bouquet of flowers, each one imbued with a special meaning. There was the rose of love, the lily of purity, and the forget-me-not of remembrance. Thistle trotted alongside her in the dream, his quills now adorned with tiny twinkling stars. He seemed to understand her every thought, offering silent companionship and unwavering support. Glow led the way, his light illuminating the path ahead. He showed her hidden corners of the garden, places of profound beauty and tranquility. Lily discovered a hidden waterfall, its water cascading into a crystal-clear pool. She dipped her toes in the water, feeling the coolness soothe her aching feet. She drank from the pool, the water tasting like pure, unadulterated joy. Back in the waking world, the moon climbed higher in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the garden. Flora sprinkled Lily with more shimmering dust, reinforcing the garden's protective magic. Thistle snuggled closer to the moss bed, his warmth a comforting presence. Glow positioned himself above Lily's head, his light a guardian against the darkness. Lily's dream shifted, taking her to a celestial realm filled with floating islands and stardust rivers. She saw constellations shaped like flowers and planets made of precious gems. Flora soared through the cosmos, her wings trailing